Oh, hi, podcast audience. This is Corey, and this is the Anthem podcast.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's Rob. It is 8:34 Pacific. That makes it 11:34 Eastern, and The Anthem is live from coast to coast, broadcasting as always from the hashtag OTA LA studios in beautiful downtown Los Angeles, California, overlooking the 110 freeway. Welcome to episode 194 of the The Anthem podcast.
Yep.
Hi, Corey.
Hi, Ma. Hi, Rob.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, so just to address the elephant in the room for those who might watch the video before or join the live stream before they listen on Tuesday, this is a busy week for us.
Yes. Well, busy 2 weeks.
Busy 3 weeks, really.
Yeah.
So we are recording this on Wednesday the 20th, December the 20th, for broadcast on the 26th, the day after Christmas.
Yep.
Merry Christmas, Corey.
Merry Christmas.
And happy holidays.
It's awfully presumptive to think that we made it that far, but
yeah, well,
that's
all
right.
But happy holidays to all of the viewers out there. I hope that you're enjoying it. And, of course, it would be remiss if I didn't mention that, of course, you can find The Anthem at all your social networks, at The Anthem on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google+, and, of course, you can reach us on the listener line. Corey, what is that?
443-219-7595.
What's that number again?
443-219-7595. Wonderful Christmas gift, by the way. Just randomly signing people up for The Anthem social networks.
Absolutely.
A gift that you can enjoy forever.
Yeah.
It's not even...
It's not even a Christmas gift.
Yeah, I was going to even say it's
gift.
not an all-year-long thing because we've been doing this for 3 straight years now. So
194 consecutive episodes. We are 6 weeks from 200. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? But yeah, so we... yeah, I'm not getting anything in here. I hope it's recording. Yeah. Sorry. So we might be having some technical difficulties on the live stream. I hope people are able to listen to us. But anyway, so we are recording early so that because Corey and I will both
you could always put on one of the cameras, I guess.
Corey and I will both be going home this week. So
camera.
Not showing anything.
Yeah, well, this is a great moment of broadcasting.
Yes. Aha. But Corey and I will both be going home for Christmas this year. Flashing back to this time last year, we actually only had to record one podcast, I think, because you guys were only gone for the week.
Yeah.
But we are going to be recording again tomorrow night, so make sure you join us for tomorrow night's episode.
Which is going to be an all-out brawl.
It is. It's going to be a good one.
It's one we've been saving for a special occasion.
Just like this. But, of course, this is Christmas time, and we are going to get to all of that, so make sure you stick around and join us. But first, I really want to open with the movie that we saw last night.
Yes.
And we had a choice. We could have chosen any 2 days to broadcast for this particular week, but Tuesday has become our movie day for whatever reason. Usually, it used to be.
It started with discount day.
Right, yes. But now with Movie Pass, every day is discount day. So we're able to go anytime that we want. But we went down to the Regal Live right here in downtown Los Angeles, California, and we saw The Disaster Artist. Mm-hmm. So, Corey, what are your opening thoughts about The Disaster Artist?
I loved it. I laughed really hard. I enjoyed pretty much the whole thing. I had little bits and pieces of things I would have preferred to have been done differently, but for the most part, I thought it was one of the more enjoyable movies I've seen all year.
Yeah, and for those of you who haven't seen The Room, one, I highly recommend you see The Room.
Yeah, I would say see The Room first if you haven't, just because it does help to be aware of what it's all about.
See, I think it's a good movie in its own accord, but it's in this universe.
I was listening to James Franco and Paul Haggis on the Director's Cut, which is the DGA podcast. And Franco was talking about the opening of the movie and how they were thinking about going a different way. And he originally was thinking we should have the real Tommy up front. It's because it's too heavy. That's why that's doing that. And you're off now.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Difficulties all around.
God, it's just not. We can't do this twice a week.
It's a gremlin show.
Yeah. All right. But anyway, the director's podcast.
Yeah. So they were thinking we should probably have Tommy up front so that people who aren't aware of The Room won't think that Franco's just losing it.
Yeah.
But so I mean, like, assuming you have no understanding of what The Room is, maybe it would be a little bit harder to get. But at the end, the story is pretty pretty well traveled. We want to be rich and famous Hollywood movie stars, and how do we go about doing it? Let's make our own movie.
Yep, why not? Especially if we have $6 million to spend of our own money.
Yeah,
on
just
a movie.
laying about.
Yeah,
must be nice.
But so The Disaster Artist, again, we went and saw it yesterday. I thought it was a fantastic movie. Again, I do recommend that you see The Room beforehand, just so you get the context. Because, I mean, again, I think actually that's a good comment about you might think Franco is losing his mind if you haven't seen it beforehand. Like it's an insane movie. He's doing this accent all the way through. None of it seems to make sense. You're just like, I don't know what's going on. But in the context of you've seen The Room, then it makes perfect sense. So I definitely would highly recommend you checking out The Room beforehand. But
I mean, even if you just go to, you don't have to watch all of The Room. I don't think, as long as you get a gist of what it's about.
And if you like sex scenes, there's 2 of them in the first 18 minutes of The Room, so you really can't miss out.
Not good
on
ones
that.
though.
Well, nothing about that movie is good though. I mean, really.
Except for the acting.
Oh well, sure, yes. Greg Sestero did an excellent job, and Tommy did a great job.
He's been they've been winning Oscars ever since that role.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And so one thing we talked about when we got home was that you were upset, and I think I was enjoying the fact that Lisa in The Disaster Artist was far more attractive than the Lisa in The Room.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's disconcerting, I guess, in a way that's the case.
I mean, and again, I'm not picking on poor Dave Franco because he's got it enough from other people, but I actually think that Greg Sestero is a better looking guy than Dave Franco.
In that late 90s, early 2000s way. Dave Franco's got that Zac Efron, who's also in Disaster Artist. He's got the Zac Efron, like, pretty boy look. But that wasn't the same pretty boy look as it was before.
I never thought of Dave Franco as, like, a pretty boy.
Really? Like, he was in 22 Jump Street as, like, the jock who was, like, running town. And, like, that, I think that fits. That's who he is as a character. So that's who he's in real life.
Yeah.
But I nonetheless.
I mean, I'm not saying he's not a good-looking guy. I'm just I don't feel like I would be more surprised if he won People's Sexiest Man rather than Blake Shelton.
Yeah, no, I would absolutely.
I would be like, well, I mean, neither one of them deserve to be it, but Blake Shelton's a better looking guy than Dave Franco.
See, I don't know if I go that far. I would still be surprised if he won, but no, I think that Dave Franco is more attractive than Blake Shelton. To each his own. I suppose.
To each his own.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think that the acting was excellent in the entire thing. James Franco's dedication to that part was. Yeah. There's no words that you can say that will explain, except for the fact that stick around through the credits. That's what I'll say. Stick around through the credits because it's a short scene, but there isn't a post-credit scene, and you'll see how dedicated he was to the character. If you know nothing else about it. Another tidbit. I don't want to spoil it, but another tidbit from the director's cut is that that scene was basically contractually obligated because without that scene, they wouldn't have been able to get the room footage to do the side-by-side comparisons during the trailer, or during the end credits, so which are also completely worthwhile. That part of the credits was amazing.
Especially when they were like right on, like it was just like it was in stereo. The two.
It reminded me of. Do you remember when Joseph Gordon-Levitt did David Goes to the Dentist? Yeah, but he did it without the reference.
Yeah,
and he was like, if you played them side by side, he had just memorized all the beats.
Right.
Basically, they reshot the room, and the actors were not far off the beats of the real room.
Yeah,
it was amazing, and none of that footage actually went into the movie.
You know,
very little of it. Anyway.
You know what I would have liked to have known if it looks like they sort of refilmed a good deal of The Room.
Yeah.
For like the credits where they were, or during the scenes where they're trying to do comparisons. I'd be curious as to if they could if you get the line producer on the horn and just be like, I want to know how much the actual Hollywood movie version of The Room scenes cost to film with Franco and all that.
Yes.
Like, assuming, even adding in the fact that Franco's getting his paycheck for this.
It's 11% of the budget. Okay, what was 11% of your production budget?
But like, we filmed 1/6 of the movie, and it cost us $500,000 as opposed to 1/6 of your movie cost you $6 million. Like,
hey, this set looks exactly like the alleyway outside. Yes. Why aren't we shooting it in the alley outside? It's a big Hollywood picture.
big Hollywood movie.
Anyway, so like there was a moment. I don't know if you noticed this, Corey. There was a moment where I just lost my shit in the middle of the movie. And I don't know what it was that set me off. I just could not stop laughing. And Roberto, who went with us, friend of the show, Roberto, who was on this week's episode, he was looking at me like I was a crazy person. And I was just like, I don't know what to tell you. I can't stop. I'm sorry. The people down the row were looking at me like as if, did we miss something? Like, is something funny? I'm like, no, just, it was beat, and I lost it, and I couldn't get back control of myself. But it was like,
either that or the edible kicked in.
Could have been that. It could have been that the edible kicked in. But actually, that's not. I don't think that would be a movie I would want to do drugs to, because then I would start like losing my own shit about like, what is it that I'm seeing? What's going on here? Is he having sex with her navel? Yeah. But
I would say the original Room is probably one of those all-time great everyone get high and watch movies.
Yes.
I don't know if The Disaster Artist, you actually sort of have to follow a little bit.
There's way more story than the actual Room.
Yeah.
The movie that's a love story to it has more of a plot than the actual movie it's based on.
Yeah. But I go back to Seth Rogen's tweet where it's like, we made a movie about the worst movie ever, and it might be the best movie ever.
And I 100% agree with that. Like, I don't know if it's going to be in as a contender in any awards.
It'll probably get nominated for a bunch of things. I just don't know if it'll be.
I don't think it's a
best
winner.
Picture.
Yeah, definitely not Best Picture winner. But James Franco, if he doesn't get a nod for Best Actor, and it's not a great part. But it doesn't have to be a great part. It's how you portray that part.
See, I think it is a great part, though.
Well, Tommy is a great character. Yeah, but he's a real person.
But I'm saying, like, real people, though. If I said to an actor, I was just like, all right, I'm going to let's say I have a prestige picture set up. Mm-hmm. Spielberg's directing. And you can pick any one of these roles, and there's a whole bunch. It's like a World War II epic. Yeah, and all the main players of World War II are there. Anybody who can is going to be like, I want to play Hitler.
Yeah, right.
Not because they want to be Hitler,
but because
because the ability to go out and as an actor just be like, I'm Frankenstein, do the whole Hitler bit. Well, is exciting because it's a more compelling thing than Winston Churchill just sitting there going like, "Arr."
Of course, you're going to say that because your dream role would be to be able to shout epithets and be Hitler. So I mean, I'm not surprised by that at all. Merry Christmas, everybody.
I hope your New Year's resolution is to stop that shit.
Nope. Doubling down in 2018. Anyway, so are you planning on doing a review or anything? I know you were talking about doing some reviews.
I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want it to be. I think that's going to be a starting in 2018 project.
Sure. Yeah.
Just because I got I'm a little bit tied down with video Christmas cards.
You put so much effort in.
Well, this year especially, I just felt like I had to step my game up a little bit because I missed it last year.
Oh well,
and
yeah.
Like before the first year I did it, I was just like one cut, no, one shot, no cuts. I'm just gonna do it all in camera. I'm gonna edit these whole things in camera and just like cut out the extraneous bits at the beginning and end afterwards. And it's just gonna be now it's full on productions where I'm doing Matthew McConaughey impersonations and
there were 2 cars involved in a shot in one of these videos. 2 cars. There was a chase car with a camera and a drive car.
Yep.
That's ridiculous. So anyway, if anybody's looking for a really dedicated filmmaker, this guy's making Christmas card videos with full out shoots.
Now, I will say this. I hadn't done it in the past, but I think I will start this year, and I will do a special blog on CoreyBakerFilmmaker.com post-Christmas of my video Christmas cards, so the world can see them.
After
And-
everybody sees them.
after the people who are meant to receive them get them and have the ability to have the reaction.
Right.
It's never going to stay because it's just
I'm
so
fixing this
heavy.
thing.
It's so heavy on that side.
Fixing it.
Are you putting? Oh no,
Yeah.
we're losing light.
It's gonna be fine. Oh, I did nick that light.
The delicate balancing act that is.
Hey,
that
we're
light.
back. Yeah. All right. So this is a Gremlin show, guys. Sorry about that.
Why don't you talk about something for a second?
While
and
you
I'll-
fix that.
I'll maintain this situation.
Yeah. So and we are going to talk a little bit about Christmas. And anybody who knows me knows I am the most Grinchiest person in the world. In fact, I don't like giving gifts. I don't give gifts. I avoid it at all costs. Only one person in my life is getting a gift this year, and that is the newest person in my life, I suppose. So I am Grinchy Grinch. We joke. I don't think Rachel knows how serious I am at times about throwing the Christmas tree off the balcony onto the 110.
Yeah.
I threatened her that if she put it up before December 1st, I would in fact throw it off the balcony and onto the highway. And she didn't, to her credit. I don't know if she took that threat literally or she just didn't have time. But one way or the other, the tree did not go up until December the 2nd or something like that. So, but I am the Grinchiest Grinch person ever. So for me, Christmas is just like, nah, no big deal. I literally would not take off time. I'd work straight through, except I have somebody I want to go visit now.
Yes.
It's not my family. Well, it's not my, not my parents.
It's not the family you're used to.
Yeah, I love my parents, but we Skype frequently, so I see them. It's not my sister. I talk to her on the phone a lot, but I don't know if I've said anything on the podcast since in the last month. Maybe I mentioned it offhand, but my sister had a brand new baby, and so I have a brand new nephew waiting at home. And if you follow me on any of social media, you can see that down there. That's where you can find me, at Robert and Cheek. You'll see that my current profile picture is a baby picture. And basically, like every 3 days.
You've become that person now.
I'm totally that person. It's not even my kid, and I'm totally that person. And I'm okay with it, though. I'm fine with it because I've always obediently liked people's baby pictures. So now you can like my nephew, pictures of my nephew, who arguably is the cutest kid I've ever seen. He's adorable. So I can't wait to meet him. He's coming to the airport to pick me up. Fingers crossed, so long as he's not sick or something. So
yeah,
I'm very excited about that.
I can't wait to meet him as well as many other babies. I think the one thing that's most upsetting about living cross country like this is not so much like, you miss hanging out with your friends every week like you used to do.
Yeah.
But what's really upsetting is when you're not able to be there for the moments that you absolutely would be there for if you were back home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like weddings or babies or anything like that.
Birthdays.
I mean, like, clearly I would be at your birthday if I wasn't 3,000 miles away. But it's a little tough to get home for a Thursday birthday party.
Oh, to be in the position where it's like, I'm going to need you to push everything Thursday and Friday because I got to go home.
All I want in my life is the ability to just be like, oh, your party's on Thursday in Baltimore? Okay, yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah.
And then just
like, wait, aren't you
book my ticket, just fly home, have my own apartment back home that I go and crash at when
car, everything.
Not it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It's just, it's a Yaris and it's
a little spot in Fed Hill.
It's a little 2-bedroom in Fed Hill.
That'll be too bad. But yeah,
a 2-bedroom with a balcony and a
overlooking the harbor.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. But no, so my sister was super excited, and she was like, well, obviously she's super excited about the baby and everything else, but she was like, I think you're going to be in the Christmas spirit, especially this year. And I'm like, first of all, no, I'm not going to be. But maybe in future years. The problem is the kid's 30 days old.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't know who you are. He doesn't know who I am. If we sat silently in a room.
You're just a big talking sack of meat.
Yes. But he recognizes your voice and he likes you. That's the big difference. So mama is the voice and the smell and not so much the face or the whatever. You're just a blob.
Right.
So Christmas is just like, it's lights and stuff. And we'll get presents and mama will open the presents and be like, oh, isn't this great? And the kid's just going to be like, I'm going to eat my own hand. But so in a couple of years, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. And But then the other problem is that like if I'm going home on the 23rd every year, then it's hard to get in the Christmas spirit. Because by the way, we live in LA.
Yeah.
We're freezing today. And it's 59 degrees outside. So
I like by the way, the math that's crossed my head with both you and Rachel.
Yeah.
Where it's like you might go home and fall in love with Maxon so much you're just like, can't do it. Got to be here. But then at the same time, there's like the other side of the spectrum where I also know that you're going to be home for 5 days.
Yeah.
And you're going to be like, fuck this 20 degree shit.
Yes.
I'm never doing this again.
Why did I
come home for Christmas? It's like, next year you all come to LA.
Yeah,
Fuck you guys.
Honestly, like I would way prefer them just come to LA because it's cold-ish. I mean, it'll be warm for them.
But it's like a sweater. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not like bundling. I didn't bring a jacket with me.
There was no point. Why would we?
I couldn't imagine when I would ever need it.
Yeah.
Unless I go up to like Big Bear or something like that.
Right. And the one reason we've talked about going skiing or like snowboarding or whatever.
Rafting.
Tubing.
Yeah.
Tubing. But we haven't done it because like, oh God, I'm gonna have to buy everything to go up in the snow. Okay. Do what I used to do, like put Pam on the outside of the clothes. Did you ever do that?
No.
If you put Pam on the outside of your jeans, it makes them waterproof.
Really?
Yeah. And you have to like scrub them when you get home because they won't wash.
Yeah.
But you can just. I think it's Pam. Somebody should correct me on that. It's something you spray. I don't want to spray Pam on my face.
I love it as somebody who's listening to this is just like, all right, I'm going to go spray some Pam on my pants. Oh, no, it's ruined.
It would be ruined because it's just cooking
My
spray.
$400 jeans with the holes cut them in them already are ruined.
First of all, I would never spray it on $400 jeans because I don't own $400 jeans. I ruined my $12 Walmart jeans. Okay. But no, there's something you spray on him. And I remember like the first year I told my mom, like, I'm not getting snow pants. It's ridiculous. I don't even go out in the snow. We don't get snow. And then we got some. And she sprayed something on my pants and was like, this will at least make them waterproof so you won't freeze to death. I'm like, oh, okay. But we just do that and then go up and go tobogganing. But
I'd probably just wear this, though.
yeah, well, you know, frostbite on the legs and stuff. So I'm sure you'd be fine. But yeah, there's no reason to have a jacket. A real jacket, like a real winter coat.
Right.
So like now it's 59. I've become so acclimated. I'm like, I need a coat. This is ridiculous. Knowing that if I was at home, I'd still be in shorts at 59. I'm like, ooh, it's a brisk day out. Yeah, let's put some shorts on.
Pretty warm today, isn't it, guys?
Yeah. Yeah, so
it's getting up near 60 degrees.
The family's going to have to meet me at the airport with a jacket. I'm going to stay in the terminal until they pull up outside and then run to the car.
Just run into your jacket?
Yes. Just put it
like
out there.
Richie Rich used to jump into his pants?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the only way I'm going to be able to survive. It reminds me of, and you keep saying you don't remember this. I'm 90% sure it happened at the Las Vegas trip, the Dirty 30 trip. We landed in Philadelphia and they opened the back door and we got like a blast of polar air. And I was like, oh, we are not in Las Vegas anymore. And it's just going to be that. But for a week, for 10 days, I'm going to be in that. So no matter how much I love the kid, I'm not going to be wanting to stay. Although apparently it's going to be warm over there, warmer. So it won't be so horrible.
In the 40s.
Yeah, not snowy. And the other thing I'm like really dreading is like, God, do not let me get snowed in to Maryland. That would not be good. Not be good at all.
I mean, eventually you'd be able to leave.
Eventually, yeah. Not in time to make it to work, and redoing my flight and everything. That would suck. But I just don't. I want to get in, see who I got to see, get out, get back to paradise here, where we just have to worry about the earth opening up and swallowing us, or burning us alive, or mudslides,
right?
Or,
Speaking of which, if anybody does want to see us while we're home. Best get the messages out there because nothing's more upsetting than when you get a message on like January 3rd when you get back home where it's just like, hey, you still home? I'd love to hang out. Be like, too late.
Nope.
Missed it.
Sorry.
See you next year. Like,
I do like that some people are jumping on it though, and they're like, hey, are you booked up? And I'm like, I got nothing booked yet, so you need to like jump in the schedule if you want something for sure. We're still trying to plan a posse event, which by the way, it's weird to think that like life goes on. You almost think like you're going to come back the next time and just like everybody's going to be exactly doing what they were doing before. Nope. Yeah. Everybody's doing their own thing. And we're all adults, which is really weird. I don't really know how that happened, but
we all grew up at some point.
People are having kids and second kids. And
that's the thing too. Like I know as much as you're excited to see Max, and I am too.
Yes.
There are, like 4 other babies.
Yes, there are other babies.
That like
they're posse babies.
Yeah. There's 2 posse babies, and then there's 2 extemporaneous babies out there. So
when it's been a very fertile year for people. Something's in the drinking water in Maryland, I think. Thank God I'm here.
Thank God you got out in time.
No part of that. But yeah, if you are listening to this on Tuesday, and why wouldn't you? Then
it's gonna be a busy podcast day, by the way, because like all the podcasts I listen to, are just like, so we're all gonna be off on Monday, but you're gonna get a brand new podcast on Tuesday. So like anybody who's like posting over the weekend is just gonna post on Tuesday.
Listen to us first. That's the only way. But
I know all your favorites are up on Tuesday. You gotta prioritize here.
This has to be the priority. But so we do hope that you have a Merry Christmas. And if you're not celebrating Christmas, Hanukkah will be over by then. Kwanzaa will not be. But enjoy your holidays, whatever those may be. Do you have any like special Christmas things that you do, that you and your family do? Well, your brother's not even going to be there while you're there, right?
No.
Because you guys are flying in the day after Christmas.
Right.
Wait, no, 2 days after Christmas. Oh, you're going to have a Christmas in LA. I keep forgetting that. You're going to be here on Christmas Day. Just going to be naked and running around the house.
Yeah.
All day on Christmas.
Just like the baby Jesus.
I like my Jesus with his golden wings and his fleece and diapers.
I like to think of my Jesus with a tuxedo T-shirt. To let people know that I can be formal, but also like to party.
No, is that I'm formal, but I'm here to party. So
I'm also excited to go see the Ravens game.
That's true. Yeah.
Like to actually go back into the bank and be a part of it, because I've missed that experience of football.
I got to see, because I know the West Wing was offering those special tickets. I should have probably looked into that before now. But
you're probably going to be able to get them mad cheap, because it's the Bengals, and who cares? And
I mean, it's getting to that time of the year where it's just like, go on StubHub. I'm sure there'll be tickets available.
Yeah.
So do you have any special stuff planned with your family? That was the original question. Even though you're coming in late.
No.
You guys don't do any like holiday things?
No.
We are like the 2 worst people to have a holiday podcast.
Well, you do. I can't be sure.
Yeah.
It's the 20th right now.
It is. So no plans will be made until 4 or 5 days from now.
No, but I'm saying like it's the 20th right now. I would put the odds at 50-50 that the Bakers even have a tree.
Okay.
Usually the tree is something that comes around December 23rd.
See, this is why. I grew
and
up
then
that
it's
way.
out by like
New Year's.
No, like we just keep it up for way later. Like we get it on the 23rd and then don't throw it away right away, so it's up there until like Valentine's Day, and then we get rid of it. Then we make the physical trip to the dump with the pine needles and.
Oh my god! See, but that's what
and decorating the tree with like just shit that's around. Like we made a homeless tree once because we didn't feel like going. We got the tree on like Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And then didn't want to go find all the ornaments, so we just like threw a hubcap in there and like put a sign that said like "We'll be merry for food" and
okay,
that sort of stuff.
See, but that is
like hung bow cans like on the.
Well, see, that's just good. That's good decoration wherever you are. But that's what made me grinchy, because my family did the whole thing too. We didn't put up the tree till the 22nd and 23rd. So I'm like, man, now as an adult, I'm like, I don't care about the holiday. It is what it is. Yeah. So screw it. Who cares? Christmas music's annoying. I don't want to listen to it.
Well, that's the word. So if you ever work like retail or a restaurant or someplace where it's constantly playing, I think I have a phobia of Christmas music that I can't stop.
Yes.
Like I'm okay with listening to some Christmas music every once in a while, but like when I want to.
Right. Not just all day every day.
And then like when it's happening without me having any control over it, it makes me feel very anxious. Like
so you are dating the
I'm
wrong
trapped.
person. You're dating the wrong person.
I just put myself in the proper headspace prior. I'm just like, it's all right. Don't kill her. It'll be over soon.
Yeah. So there's been on more than one occasion that I've come home and there's been Christmas music playing, or I got up on Saturday, for example, this Saturday, and came out to play some video games. And by the way, you can follow me at twitch.tv/Robert N. Cheek if you'd like to watch me playing video games for the next little bit. And like I had earphones in and I'm like, why do I have like Christmas music in my head? And I popped the earphone out and I realized that Rachel's in the shower jamming to the Christmas music. I'm like, earphone back in. None of that.
Grinchy.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So anyway, so Christmas is gonna be what it's gonna be, I suppose. Like I said, I'm looking forward to it for the baby, but again, the baby's not really gonna experience the Christmas,
Right?
So it is what it is. I'm more excited just to be home and see everybody. And I haven't been home since November the 8th. Right? When did we leave? November 14th. We left the 15th.
Yes.
But I wasn't at home on the 15th. I said goodbye to my family on the 14th or the 13th. And then the next day I drove up. So yeah. So it's been 13 months.
Yeah.
Whew, man.
I'm excited to see like when you go back and like things are a little bit different than they were before you left. And it's just like, oh no, Bailey's closed.
Yeah.
Like whatever.
So wait,
whatever place that you used to go to, and it's just like...
Weren't you guys there earlier this year?
Yeah.
I was trying to remember. Summertime?
Yeah.
When did you guys go home?
It was May.
Okay. All right, yeah.
May or June,
this
something
year
like that.
has just... It's both flown by...
And been the longest year ever. Yeah.
So another thing that happened this week is Corey found Billboard's 100 2017 hits or whatever. And we're listening to that, and I'm like, that was this year?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That feels like it was 2 years ago. So it's been like the longest year ever. But then when you think about like, oh, it's only been a year that we've been in L.A., like, oh, man, it really did fly by at the same time. So super weird.
It's also like, I feel personally conflicted about this year as well. Yeah. Just looking back on it. Because like, I've loved being in L.A. I've loved being on set. I loved everything about like my career progression, even though it's not, it's obviously, you don't come and it's fully baked. You gotta work on it.
Right.
And I fully admitted that this was going to be a struggle year trying to get things done. But considering all that, I've been very happy. But then like, in the world around us, it's been like one of the worst years ever.
Yeah.
So it's hard to like comprehend, like, like people will be like, oh, I'm sure by the time this podcast is out is by the time I'm going to start hearing like, so what do you think, how was your 2018 or 2017? I'll just be like, well, for me, it was great, but for everybody else, it was fucking terrible.
Yep.
It was the worst.
Did we just lose a light?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. All right, so I'm going to talk while Corey fixes that. I would agree 100% that it has been a weird year. I don't think anybody who knows me would ever think that I would say, hey, I'm giving up and just saying, what does it matter? And yet the theme of the last 3 podcasts has been, what does it even matter? Because in the end, that's kind of where my mentality has been. Just who even cares? There's only so much that we can give. I mean, I've been so super political my entire life. And then to have it go from being so super political to just being like, then nothing's really going to change and who cares is such a weird switch for me. But, 2018 is looking up. 2017, I think one of the biggest frustrations, like Corey was talking about with his career progression, he can see a real legitimate like move because he's been working on sets and he's been getting work in the industry, and that's fantastic. And of course, I support all of that. But I feel a lot of frustration with 2017 because when I came out here to write, and while I've been doing a lot of writing, I haven't gotten any kind of intro to the right people to like try and get anything done with the writing, which is really what I would hope. But something else I haven't really talked about a lot on the podcast is that instead of focusing on that, I guess really, what I did was instead go and get a job, like a day-to-day job somewhere else, not in the movie business, but in the music business. And,
let that be late.
And that has worked out super well. I mean, over the last 10 months, again, something I don't really talk about a lot because, I don't know if anybody from my work listens to this. But I started out 10 months ago at a very low entry-level position, and I'm ending the year as the general manager of the entire company. Yeah. So you can't say anything but good stuff about that.
And this is I'll say one of the reasons why I don't ever worry about Rob is because he's so damn predictable. Not in the sense that like I know exactly what he's going to say or what he's going to do in any kind of situation, but when we were all scrambling looking for jobs when we first got here.
Yeah.
I remember saying like, Rob's going to find some like nothing job. He's going to He's gonna be doing mail at William Morris or something like that. And by the end of the year, he'll own William Morris. Because that's how Rob operates. He comes in, he takes over a place, and pretty soon people are like begging him not to leave wherever he is.
Yeah.
And I have had similar experiences like that, so I know how you dig yourself into that sort of situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was calling that when we moved here. I was just like, you're gonna find a place, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah, and it's worked out super well. I love the place that I work, and I love the people that I work with. And I mean, you can't ask for more. One of my worries and frustrations was that I would get into the position where I left the job that I didn't like in Maryland and get into something similar that I also didn't like here.
Yeah.
And the opposite has happened. Although it's not exactly what I came out here to do, I found something way better with a way better company, and I'm enjoying every minute of the work. And that's really all you can ask for. Now, that's not really all you can ask for, because what I really could ask for is that somebody at William Morris read a fucking script that I wrote and see the genius for what it is, and buy it, but or help me, take me on and help me sell it. But 2018. So we'll push forward to 2018.
Well, I think an important part of planning forward, and especially I don't like the idea of like New Year's resolutions, because if you want to lose weight, there's no reason you have to wait until the end of the year to do it.
True.
Even though I would make the rational, if you were like, well, let's lose weight starting right now, I'd be like, well, come on, we're gonna go home and we're gonna eat terrible, and we're gonna have Christmas shit, and like it for practical reasons, it's better just to start.
3 weeks ago, Rachel was talking about going to the gym, and I'm like, I don't see the point.
Yeah.
Because no matter what good you do, it will be undone within 2 or 3 days of being at my mother's house and having her be like, are you hungry? You look like you're hungry. Let me make you something.
You look thin.
Yeah.
You're looking thin.
And there's no way that I could stay on the no carb thing at home. So I've just basically been like, since Thanksgiving, screw it. Let's just let it ride. And then once Christmas is done, then I'll be back in control of me for the most part.
Right.
So,
the gym's going to be so busy.
See, I don't think that it will. Because the people who live in our building are people who go all the time.
Yeah.
It's just never that busy because people don't really work in our building. So they go
during the
day and late at night. So, but anyway, so we don't make New Year's resolutions, but.
What is my New Year's resolution?
Well, no, I felt like there was a but.
Well, what I was going to say is that this time of the year is conducive for sort of taking inventory of what you have and where you need to go and like what you need to improve upon. And maybe the goal for 2018 for you, and I'm not using the term resolution,
right?
But sort of like figuring out where you can make more relationships.
Yep.
Because I mean the great part about working on set is not that I'm making tons of money and I'm working on Oscar winners or anything like that. I'm working on great pictures that people are really passionate about, but I'm also meeting a lot of great people.
Yeah.
And you never know who is going to be in the position to help you out in the future. True. And, it's just generally you want to do the best job you can and be nice to everybody, but, it's also beneficial to be nice to people and to try and push for being thought of whenever somebody needs somebody.
Yeah.
And that's like the biggest part.
So that's one of the goals. Obviously, one of the goals.
Film school is being on set is like an extension of film school in the sense that you're just meeting the people that'll help you later on,
and getting out and doing more things just in general, meeting more, going to more writing events, and we started out this year going to a lot of writing events, but work got in the way. So trying to make that a new priority, but. Again, we're not going to talk about resolutions, but goals for 2018. What are your goals for 2018?
I definitely want to focus on directing more projects in 2018. So much of my focus was on, trying to get jobs on set for sound and writing things that weren't necessarily going to be directed right away, like TV projects and stuff like that. So, I mean, I think that my goal for 2018 is really going to be just try and either make a feature, write a feature and make it, or, continue working on shorts. whatever kind of draws me in,
Big goals.
Yeah.
Big goals. Set big goals. Anything else? Anything more personal? Like, maybe ring shopping in 2018?
I'd like to lose weight. That's always though.
I bring up the engagement and you
Yeah.
talk about losing weight.
Yeah.
If you're not careful, you're going to lose a couple 180 pounds there. All at once.
Yeah.
Just walk right out the door.
That'd be wonderful. It'd help my back so much.
Just gonna ignore. Just
Yeah.
gonna keep
Yeah,
moving
yeah.
past. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I mean that's pretty much it. I all the things I deeply want in my life, like are things that are beyond my control. So
Okay.
like it's the hope of like everyone's healthy and everyone's happy and nobody gets paralyzed or hit by a bus or anything like that. Like
True.
Those are really the most important. I would rather, if I could have a guarantee that like all my friends and loved ones are going to be safe and happy in the next year.
Yeah.
I would exchange that for something personal on my behalf.
So let's exchange that for something personal then. Let's assume that everyone's going to be healthy and safe.
Yeah.
So what other goals are you going to set for yourself? So because you put that one real big goal, but you got to, I don't know if you remember, but the key to the 2-2-2 plan is to make manageable goals in the short term and the midterm and the long term, and that helps you achieve
Well, so I
your
guess
long-term goals.
here's the thing. I'd like to do more short form content,
Okay.
probably for Corey Baker filmmaker stuff.
There you go.
But we've also talked about short form content for the Anthem stuff.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like a web series like we had done with Heretics, but maybe something even a little bit like more guerrilla and touch and go, or something that we could shoot out easily, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, building the brand is important, but like what's the metric for that exact? Like
No one's going to judge you on it at the end of the year.
Oh, I
You're
know,
just
but
setting goals.
I know, but I'm saying like you could say to yourself like I want my brand to be known all over LA.
Okay.
And that could be Angeline or that could be James Franco. Like
Yeah.
there's a divide between those two though.
Yeah.
And like one of them is better than the other, but both of them are well known. Like,
Sure.
So it's like I also don't want to make goals that are going to be like forcing me into making. I'd rather think openly and be able to pivot if need be than think narrowly and just.
Always with the, you can't just set broad goals for yourself. Just think broadly.
$1 million.
Want to make $1 million in 2018. Because you have to make $376 an hour to make $1 million.
If you work 40 hours a day.
No, it's $376 an hour, every hour for a year. To
Oh,
make $1 million.
yeah. Okay, well, really you got to make more than that because you're not going to be working while you're sleeping.
Right. Yeah. Unless you have residual income. So now welcome to the the new version of this podcast where we help you with your residual income problems.
Bye!
We just went down the EO fire out.
Yeah.
Welcome. Wait, I can't even remember what he calls his people who listen to it. What are they? Like, it's EO fire. Hey, Fire
Nation.
Fire Nation. That's what it is. Hey, Fire Nation. Welcome to EO Fire number 11,001. Okay. Yeah, anyway.
This week we're talking to somebody who is going to rock your personal branding. Richard German, welcome to the program. Hey. How's it going? Can everybody hear me?
I imagine your dad just being like, oversell. Why would you oversell me coming in like that? What a dick. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I more than anything, I just want to continue progressing where I have already laid pipe. Why do you laugh at that?
You'd like to continue progressing where you've already laid pipe. That sounds like a good plan, I think. I mean, I always try to progress.
Sounds sexy.
I always try to progress where I have previously laid pipe. I think that that's always a good plan. So, yeah, I'm for that.
All right, moving on.
All right, so my goals for 2018. So, my goals for 2018. So I think a lot broader. I think a lot more specific, and at the same time wider. Whoops, wrong one. Than Corey.
That's why anybody who's looking at me right now just want me pointing over to you, hoping to grab your attention.
Yeah, one, I would like to not grow such an epic beard. I'd like to trim it a little more often. That'd be nice. Just the time. Find the time. Can't do it. But
Just
no.
get one of those beard trimmers.
I do have to get a beard trimmer.
They're like $15 at CVS.
Yeah. Anyway, so number one, I would like to write a new screenplay every 4 months. Every 4 months, I want to have a new screenplay.
Okay, so that would be 4 over the course of the year.
No, three screenplays over the course of a year. New screenplay every 4 months.
Yeah.
So I want to write a full-length screenplay every 4 months. So one or 3 times a year. 3 over the course of the year.
Sounds good.
In the course of that, I'm going to try to write 2 other novels in that same time period.
Okay.
So that way, at the end of the year, I'll have 3 new screenplays. I'll have 2 new novels. I have a bunch of stuff already saved up, so I want to take some time to edit and get out publish 2 books next year. Short books, long books, doesn't really matter. Just get them published. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be a goal. Speaking of which, by the way, when you guys get your Amazon gift cards, when you get your Amazon gift cards for Christmas, save up $10, $9.99 of that Amazon gift card, because the calls will be available before the end of the year. Mm-hmm. If Corey gets my cover done. How's that cover coming?
It's a process.
How's that
novel?
How's that novel?
Got a beginning, middle, and end? Got a compelling protagonist?
So, so they as soon as the cover is done, it'll be up on Amazon for sale. So, save $9.99 for the novel. You won't be disappointed. It is absolutely worth it.
Go to ototheanthem.com.
Yes, click the link.
Click the link, or just click where it says, like, at that point, it'll just be the calls.
Yeah.
There'll be a little banner for the calls.
Click
you can click right on it. It'll direct you right to the calls, and we'll get a little cut.
There you go. Yeah.
And cost you nothing.
Costs you only the $9.99 you would pay for. Otherwise, obviously, if you get it on Kindle, it'll be a little bit cheaper than that. I don't know what the Kindle pricing is yet, but it'll be less than that. So look for the calls coming this year. So I want to get the calls will be out this year. Then I want to get 2 more next year. So 3 screenplays, 2 novels. I am going to continue to post some shorter form content. We talked last week about how my review for Godless was out. Mm-hmm. Right now, people on Patreon are checking out my review for 1922, another Netflix original based on the Stephen King novelette. I'm going to hopefully keep posting that every single week. I'd like to have a new video out reviewing something on Netflix or something else. Just a review.
In the streaming world.
Yeah, well, not even that, just anything. I did Movie Pass. I did Godless. I did 1922. We'll just review things. But a lot of those will be Netflix originals. So check those out. I'd like to keep that going for the entire week or the entire year. I am hopefully going to start writing some more short stories. I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast, but I got a lot of strong response from posting a love story in 3 parts on Facebook again. Mm-hmm. And people just said that they
seems to, whenever you bring it back, though, it always seems to conjure a little bit of a reaction.
From people?
Yeah.
No, everyone, it's like they have never read it before, and when they reread it, I think it's just because people who read my stuff don't see that like emotional side.
Yeah.
Like I try to keep things like there's some emotion in the book, but it's a lot of like description and plot, and it's not so much like the emotion, and that is just so emotional. So I'm going to try twice a month to put out something short like that. Short form, short story, may probably break it up into parts. I'll like write a 6-part story and give it out 2 parts per every 2 weeks. I'll put out a new part. So just so people can have that. So it just basically all the writing goals. Just keep writing all year long and producing some new content for YouTube and building the brand. And my one big goal for the year is that I really want to just have a meeting with someone. That's it.
Okay.
Just get in a room with someone and have the chance to pitch them on something. That's it. Just doesn't matter what it is. I got anything. Just get me in the room with somebody so I can pitch. I wish I was Roberto and would just, show up in LA and get an agent 2 days later.
By the way, one of the best moments during the Disaster Artist is when Tommy and Greg are going to the bar to celebrate that Greg got an agent.
Yeah.
Tommy starts going on like, "It's so great. You get here, you get agent right away. Like, you making it, man." And like Greg's hysterics just like, "Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about my life." And then we all just sort of craned and looked over at Roberto, just like, sound familiar?
Must be nice. Must be nice. Just
You and Greg Sestero got that in common.
Yeah, let's hope he doesn't make such a bad career choice. And then we were talking about Corey coming and funding his own $6 million movie so that Roberto can be the star. Well, I guess you would be the star.
Yeah.
And Roberto would be your co-star.
Yeah. So I could just be like, "You're tearing me apart, Roberto."
Yeah, so the big goal would be, I think, by the end of the year to have a meeting somewhere, hopefully with somebody who can give me some juice. I'd love to sell something. That would be great. But even if it's just like, hey, all right, so here's what you did wrong, and we're not interested, but here's some notes on what you can do. Because really, I think the only thing I haven't done is pitched it to somebody who matters, basically. So
Yeah.
I'd love to get the experience of doing that. And figuring out what people want, I guess, because that's the other thing is like I write a lot of stuff. Like I said, I want to write three full-length screenplays and all the novels and everything, but you still don't know. We're behind the curve because all we're seeing is the stuff that's being put out right now.
Right.
So we don't know what is being bought now to be put out 2 years from now. So just to get an in somewhere to like kind of find a vein of like what is going to be coming out. I had a brand new story, new screenplay, one of the ones I'm going to write next year, which might be an Oscar-worthy story. Might be an Oscar-worthy.
Well, you know what?
So.
I told you before, and I would like to express the sentiment again for people who maybe are listening to this and thinking about one day pursuing some sort of dream in entertainment.
Yeah.
And for me and you, this sounds exciting, this idea, but for others, it does not. You are essentially a politician.
Yeah.
When you're trying to get a career in entertainment.
Yeah.
Because you have to know people, you have to meet people, you constantly have to be expanding the network in which you operate.
Yep.
And that is, for some people, terrifying.
Yeah.
And for some people, it comes very naturally.
Yeah.
And, there's different kinds of politicians, if you will, just like there's different kinds of, like not everyone has to be Paul Ryan. Like
God,
that,
I hope not.
There's plenty of people who've made a hell of a career being a Jimmy Carter.
Yeah.
Just being like that really good, humble, like, like I'm here to work kind of guy.
Ron Howard.
Yeah.
Who's going to have the Han Solo movie next year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's I would say that for you in your pursuit of meetings, in pursuit of opportunity and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The more you can think of it like
Politics.
Yeah, there's a campaign that is you're a year away from starting your campaign.
Yeah.
Like you're running for Congress. Let's say you're planning on running in 2020. You're not planning on running in 2018.
Okay.
But you have to start putting out the things to get ready to prepare to run for the 2020 election.
Right. Yeah.
So you have to start doing the legwork now to get you prepared for that moment.
Right.
That's what this is right now. At that point, you're...
Funny you should bring that up because the idea of running a campaign is actually part of the plot of The Calls.
Yeah.
So make sure you check out The Calls. It'll be available by the end of the year on Amazon.
We're going to have to, I guess, the first week back,
We'll do a
little Calls talk.
Sure, yeah.
So people know what's up.
Yeah. And hopefully by then some people have checked it out and they can send us comments and questions and let me know what you think. So we'll do that then.
Yeah.
But before we get out of here, let me find... There it is. Let's go on down to the Baltimore corner.
Where you get this straight to.
Absolutely. So we wanted to talk a little bit about this. We just passed 100 days till opening day, which means that we are what?
We're at 99 days
and
right now.
60 days until pitchers and catchers report, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
And in past years, we would have been alternatively gearing up for going to spring training.
Yeah.
Not this year, unfortunately. Bit of a trip.
You would have been gearing up for it. I wouldn't have, for fear that my entire weekend would have been rained out.
Or spent at Disney.
As spring training tends to go for Corey.
Yeah, unfortunately. But yeah, so spring training is coming, and the season opener is less than 100 days away. We got some Bad news today, unfortunately.
Yeah. Ruptured Achilles for Zach Britton.
Not good.
Yep.
So what does that mean for a season?
He's going to be out for at least 6 months, so probably not until after the All-Star break we'll see him.
Yeah.
Depending on how things go.
But you had a good proposition of how this can work out well, both for the Orioles and for Zach in the future.
I figured right now he's probably feeling pretty low about he was going to be a free agent at the end of this year.
Yeah.
Coming off an injured season is usually not where you want to be. You want to be...
By the way, 2 injured seasons.
Right.
Missed part of an injured season, and then...
You want to be Adrian Beltre. You want to be hitting your career high of 50 home runs and then go into free agency and mop up.
Like one Manny Machado, perhaps.
Perhaps. But I would make a recommendation that maybe the Orioles try and extend him just for another year.
Okay.
Offer him a 1-year extension. Say, hey, don't worry about coming back right away. Don't worry about rushing or pushing yourself or doing anything that, your agent might be saying, like, you gotta get back soon. You gotta get back quick to help your value. Just we'll do a 1-year contract. We'll make it fair and reasonable for both ends. Like, we'll give you the, obviously not the rate that you probably would deserve as like a top flight closer,
Right.
But we'll give you good value for what you are and what your role would be right now.
We both take a little risk.
Yeah. Give you an extra year
Yeah.
to come back strong, ready to take the job, and it gives the Orioles that little bit of extra rope in which to play with.
To hang ourselves. What? Yeah.
in which to hopefully put together a competitive club.
Harder, because the other bit of news this past week has been that rumor mill is stirring that Manny Machado is on the block.
Yeah.
And that he may be heading somewhere else.
Yeah.
So what have you heard this week? What's going on?
Right now it sounds like a lot of flirting.
Yeah.
The Orioles more or less wanted to just sort of see what was out there for Manny, and I haven't heard that they were that overwhelmed by any particular offer.
Okay.
The teams I've heard about, like the White Sox and the Cardinals and
Yankees.
The Yankees were in talk.
Yeah.
And then there's conversation about whether or not the Orioles should even trade with the Yankees. Because you wouldn't want to deal with seeing Machado 18 times a year in a Yankee uniform.
Yeah. Beating you
yeah.
in Park with the new Murderer's Row that's about to be in
right. And I mean, I guess you could make the argument that you're robbing from them.
Yeah.
In which to, you're getting something from them, making them worse in a way for the contribution that you give them. But that's also
But what are they going to get?
Yeah, what are we going to get for it? And
because the other side of that is this is Manny's last year. So if the Yankees, let's say, don't make an offer that satisfies us, really all they have to do is just wait till September or October and then make an offer as a free agent, and they'll outbid everybody, and then they don't have to worry about bidding later, like trading for him and then also paying him later. Right.
And I mean, I nobody really knows what Manny wants. Probably just top dollar.
Yeah.
Whatever the best contract is will probably be where he goes because he's got Boris as an agent.
Yep.
But what really, I get if we're not going to re-sign Manny, we're not going to be able to afford it.
Yeah.
So we might as well get some value for him before it's too late.
Yeah.
I think we would. It wouldn't be a bad idea if we could get 2 really good pitching prospects or 2 major league ready pitchers.
Yep.
For Manny, and you would be able to help yourself in the place where you're the most efficient and give up. I mean, like, again, I love Manny, but like, we don't need any help with hitting home runs or any of that.
I mean, we do, but on paper,
right?
We got good hitters. They don't always show up all the time.
Right.
They don't show up together. But on paper, the team is pretty sound.
Yeah.
What we need is pitchers. And theoretically, it's an offset. We give them a good hitter, but then the 19 times a year that we play them, we have a better pitching staff to pitch against them. So,
I mean,
Until both of those guys have Tommy John surgery shortly after, because that's what happens.
What I guess the thing that really bothers me about this is that I just want to know that at what point, where do we have to get the Orioles where they would be able to afford to keep a player like that? You know, like that's the thing. Like
the penalties, the luxury penalties have to go up. Because
I mean, if let's say just Manny's obviously one of the best players in the majors, but let's just put it at the absolute pinnacle. Let's say we had Mike Trout instead of Manny Machado.
Which we should have.
Do you think that there is any chance whatsoever the Orioles would be able to figure out a way to pay Mike Trout?
No.
Yeah. So I mean, like, it's like
give him ownership in the franchise.
Would we ever be able to have a top flight player like that?
No.
You know. So that's the part that upsets me, and that if we were all these years where we've been close but no cigar.
Yeah.
And people have said things like, "Oh, let's sign sign the best pitcher in the market."
Yeah.
They're not going to do it. They just can't afford it.
Right.
So, like, are we just going to have a Royals World Series where at some point they just break through and we get the one and that's it? And then once every 30 years you get your exciting World Series and that's it?
Maybe that is it. Maybe that's all there is.
I don't know. It's tough. I liked...
But we're overdue for 30 years, by the way.
I liked when baseball was players sticking around more.
And before free agency?
I mean, even
when they belonged to the ball club?
Not even going back to like the Curt Flood era, like you know, like players clause contracts where people would never be able to leave or anything like that.
Yeah.
But even in the 90s and early 2000s when I first started watching baseball and stuff like that, it still seemed like teams or players cared more about sticking with a team if they could, you know?
Ken Griffey could have gotten way more money playing somewhere else other than Seattle. But he liked playing in Seattle.
Well, then he moved to the Cincinnati Reds.
But they didn't pick up his contract. That's why he went to the Reds.
No.
They didn't. I thought they didn't renew his contract.
No.
Oh. Well, never mind then. I take that back.
take that statement
I thought he
back.
got hurt, and then they said they weren't renewing the contract, so he went to the Reds.
Well,
where his dad played.
I think going back, God, if I remember correctly, Griffey had a couple injury years there, and the Mariners were basically making the evaluation of like, I don't know if we want to pay for what might become an injured Griffey every year.
Right.
We're better off just letting him
go.
Right,
but that's different. That's the ball club letting you go and losing faith in you, not you losing faith in the ball. That's not Manny Machado leaving. That's the Orioles saying, we're not going to make that investment in you.
Right.
You can go. That's the Rays giving up Steve Pearce in 2012. Was it 2012?
Well, the Rays just gave up Evan Longoria, so
yeah. Well, again, what are they getting back for him though? That's
I can't remember.
That's the thing. So, no, it looks good.
Don't know what that is.
No, we're still fine. Yeah, still fine. There we go.
There we are.
Whatever that was. All right. It has not been a good show tonight. Well, good in content. Just lots of technical difficulties. I don't know what's going on. Anyway. I think any other Oriole thoughts?
Well, I mean, just generally speaking, I would if the Orioles are going to trade Manny, I don't care who we trade him to. I'd obviously prefer not the Yankees.
Right.
I feel like if you trade him in division, not even in league, just in division, there should be like a 10% tax added to whatever kind of prospect haul you get.
Cash benefits, cash consideration.
I would rather have players, but I'm saying like
fair enough.
I want 10% better offer than the best offer I can get if I'm going to trade him to the Yankees.
He's going to come back and hit home runs in Camden Yards against us.
Yeah.
So,
though I don't. Maybe,
Baltimore fans are weird because they'll still cheer for him.
Maybe we trade him and then he ruptures his Achilles and then maybe we get ahead of it this time.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be nice for the one time ever? Wouldn't that be great for the one time ever?
Obviously, I don't hope he ruptures his Achilles.
No, of course. Long and happy career.
Unless he goes to the Yankees, in which he's dead to me.
You and very few other people. I always love when I see players who they go to other teams and then you go to the ballpark and you see somebody wearing their Orioles jersey and you're like, what are you doing, man? Like,
he's dead to us.
He's dead. Come on. Oh, man. But anyway, so despite the being dead to us talk, we hope that you guys have a fantastic holiday.
Yes.
We will be back. If you're watching this live or watching the live stream before Tuesday, we will be back on tomorrow night, on Thursday, December the 21st, to record another podcast. One you're not going to want to miss. That one will be going out on January the 3rd. January the 3rd?
Yeah, whatever that Tuesday is.
January the 2nd. So join us for that. But this episode will be the December 26th episode. So we hope that you enjoy your holiday. If you are in Maryland and you are hearing the sound of my voice, now is the time to find one of us two in the state. Because after this, well, Corey will be back probably sooner. I will not be back for another year, most likely.
It's going to be a little while.
Yeah, it'll be a while. So you want to catch us while we're at home.
You want to get your fill while you can.
Oh, the Anthem is taking the East Coast back again. We're going back. Going back to Maryland. Why wouldn't you go with the alliteration? The alliteration. Going back to be more. No sense of style. We're gonna get into the rapping.
Yeah.
Next time.
Yeah, tomorrow, 24 hours away from rap talk.
Make sure you join us for that. But
meantime, if you're looking for a place to spend all your Amazon gift cards, OhTheAnthem.com, Corey to OhTheAnthem.com, Oh The Anthem on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and the listener line, 443-219-7595.
What's the number again?
443-219-7595. And don't forget, you can catch all of me at LegendCB5 on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and CoreyBakerFilmmaker.com, where you can find all my filmmaking shit.
Perfect.
Which is what we call it in the industry, filmmaking shit.
He's become an industry guy. And you can find me on all your social networks at Robert N. Cheek. Right there. Oh, right there. At Robert N. Cheek. Make sure you check out robertncheek.com, where you can find links to my political blog, foundingthefuture.us, the news website, deaddrop.com, and my books, which are available on Amazon.
Buy Rob's books.
Including the newest book, once Corey finishes the cover.
I'm getting on it.
Called The Calls. So make sure you check that out at the end of this year.
Well, I think we've done good here today.
We've done something. I don't know if it's good. But as always, you're listening to the Oh The Anthem podcast, part of the Oh The Anthem digital network. For Corey, this is Rob. Have a Merry Christmas, everybody. And a Happy New Year.
Yeah. And the streak continues.
What streak?
Of consecutive podcast episodes.
Oh, 194.
We're keeping it alive. Keeping it alive.
We're going straight through to 200. By the way, are we going to... No, we'll be just short of hitting 200 1 year and 250 in the same year.
Yeah.
Next year, we'll have the 300 and 350 in the same year. Because it'll shift backward, I think, far enough. Yeah, so hey, look forward to that. Episode 300 coming in 2019.
Plan yourself. Episode 300 on its way.
But yeah, have a Merry Christmas, everybody.
All right, peace.